Sol Trujillo was born in Cheyenne, Wyoming in 1951. With the expansion of the railroad system, his parents had moved to Cheyenne in search of work.
My father was a laborer, and my mother, helped out where she could. Most people don't think about a lot of Latinos in a place called Wyoming, or, specifically in Cheyenne, Wyoming. So when we grew up as unique individuals, meaning the only Latinos. There were places where Latinos couldn't go, some places that said no Mexicans were allowed. My father, he loved music, and so he had a group called Sol Trujillo and his Mariachi Brass. So when I was young, he started me on the trumpet. So there's many life lessons that are part of growing up. But the one thing that always stood out for me, given what my parents said, was, try to pursue whatever it is that you wanted.
Sol took his parents' advice and becomes the first in his family to attend college. He washes dishes and plays music with his father's band on weekends to pay for school. He was the first student at the University of Wyoming to receive an MBA degree in just 2 semesters. And it was while attending college that he marries, and shortly thereafter starts his family of 3 beautiful girls. In 1975, Sol goes to work for AT&T, and 7 years later becomes the youngest executive officer in the company's history.
I used to say after my first year, gee, someday I want to be CEO of this company. And people would look at me and say to me at that point in time, Sol, you don't say things like that. You should never say that in front of somebody else, because that's presumptuous, it's a lot of things. And I'd say, but I don't understand why. Shouldn't I want to be the CEO of the company? And shouldn't I want to do the things that would enable me to be CEO of the company? And shouldn't I want, and shouldn't I work, and shouldn't I find out how I can essentially, leap tall buildings and stop speeding bullets, if that's what's required to become the CEO.
In 1984, Sol joins U.S. West, and over the next 15 years works his way up to chairman, CEO, and president. Sol was America's first U.S.-born Hispanic to serve as CEO of a Fortune 200 company. In 2005, Sol joins Telstra Corporation and becomes CEO of Australia's largest media communications enterprise. And it was there that he helps build the world's largest, fastest, and most advanced mobile internet.
And so performance has always been part of my mantra, and results. And so that carried me through my career, both in terms of my first company, my second company, my third company, and it carried me around the world.
Through his successful career, Sol never forgot his roots. In his leadership positions, he was always an advocate for workplace diversity.
One of the things that I saw as becoming a corporate leader was that you can make decisions to help communities, to help people, to be more inclusive, whether it be supplier relationships, whether it be foundation giving, whether it be hiring programs and processes, whether it be scholarships. There's a lot of ways that you can help catalyze your community that helps it grow.
In 1999, Sol received from President Clinton the Ronald H. Brown Corporate Bridge Builder Award for his commitment to workplace diversity. Sol has been a crusader against negative portrayals of Latinos in the media, an advocate for immigration reform, and a passionate promoter of Latino achievements.
Most people don't know that we're now graduating more kids from high school than any other single group. Why? Because all we have talked about is our dropout rates. Well, there's now about 30+% of the kids that are Latino entering into the college, whether it be junior college, and postgraduate. That's massive. That's who our workforce is going to be. it's a positive story. We account for $1.3 trillion today of equivalent GDP spend. How many people know that? And it's growing at almost $90 billion a year.
Well, I first met Sol at the Tomás Rivera Center, which is now called the Tomás Rivera Policy Institute, which concerns itself with advancing the interests of Latinos from a policy standpoint in the United States. Sol was the head of Mountain Bell, one of the baby bells, very prestigious corporate position in the United States. And what struck me was his care and concern for good policy for Latinos around the U.S., not a single-minded devotion to climbing the corporate ladder. He remembered his roots, he remembered our community, and that always struck me as a hallmark of a leader.
What makes him unique and different is that he's so proud of who he is. He's proud to be in the skin he's in. He's proud to be Mexican and Mexican-American, successful, business person, but everything that he does is to bring back pride to his community, to being Mexican-American. And to me, that's what I enjoy most about Sol. There's nothing fake about him. So what you see in Sol is what you get.
Sol Trujillo is a unique and valuable asset to the national Latino community. Rarely have we had someone who has had the level of success that he has had in corporate America, heading major global corporations, but who has never forgotten his roots and who now is helping us think through how we position Latinos for the American future. I think it's just an unprecedented combination of talents and positioning and experience that Sol possesses and is now giving to our community.
He's been really helpful in helping Target go from doing great work in the community to really zero in and focus on that K-3 primary education, which is our goal to give $1 billion to that space by 2015. And he was very helpful in helping us define that as the most important issue. So he's been a great partner, he's been a great thought leader, and he's really helped us move forward in the entire social responsibility and philanthropic space.
When we recruited Sol Trujillo to the Western Union Board, we saw a corporate leader that has strong strategic skills, deep operational experience, and leadership. It's very unusual in any corporate leader to find all three characteristics in the same person. In addition, Sol represents one of Western Union's core values, which is to give back to the communities in which they do business. Sol, on behalf of the Board of Directors of Western Union Company, we congratulate you on this great award.
In terms of what's next for me, there's a lot of problems to be solved still. And my sense of life is that you always have purpose when you're always trying to solve something or do something that's not been done today. Well, my family is obviously one of my joys and one of my gifts. Wife, great mother, great wife, great friend, all that sort of thing. And then obviously we have three beautiful daughters, three daughters that I'm very proud of.
Dad, on behalf of Christina, Triana, and I, we'd all like to say that we're so very proud of you. You've been an incredible mentor, friend, and you're truly our hero. We love you.
The job is never done, and we should always keep that in mind. And the last thing I would say is that I'm a lifelong student, so there's always something more to learn and something more to do.
On behalf of the Board of Directors and the staff of the United States Leadership Institute and the 31st Annual United States Hispanic Leadership Conference, we salute you.